Hey guys, I'm David and welcome back to the channel. Now the video for today is actually another video that was shot during quarantine. And in some ways it's kind of a part two to the video I did with plasti dipping the wheels. In that while I had the wheels off the truck, I took that as an opportunity to give the brake calipers a much needed makeover. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how you can clean and paint the calipers without removing them from the vehicle. And the main reason I'm doing them on the vehicle right now is because I had ordered rotors for the truck, or I had tried to order rotors for the truck, and I wasn't going to be able to get them in time to do the video, and I didn't want to go, and take the calipers off and bleed the brakes and do all that, and then have to turn around and kind of do the same thing over when the rotors came. So we're going to do this with them still on the vehicle. Now certainly if you want to take them off the vehicle, you can do a much more thorough job cleaning them and painting them, and it might even be a little bit easier. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it on the vehicle, and we'll go over step by step everything from cleaning and prepping to the best way that I've found to paint them to get not only a good result but a long-lasting result. Busy on that monstrosity. Now these obviously are worn out. I have new rotors ordered. They are not going to be here for a while. But before I put the new rotors on, I want to go ahead and get all this cleaned up anyway. I mean, this is just a lot of rust. It's a lot of, just kind of neglect. All right, a few things you're going to want for this job before you get started. You're going to want to have something to protect your floor. You're going to want to mask off any painted areas or trim areas or any rubber, anything under here that you don't want to get brake cleaner on. So we've got tape, we've got plastic, we've got a towel down. We've got some rags, wire brush, got a couple of different grit sanding blocks. I have some brake cleaner. We're also going to be having to hit this with either the drill or the Dremel tool because there's just a lot of stuff on there. Got gloves, respirator, and eyewear. You're going to be taking a lot of rust off of there, chemical buildup. So you definitely want to make sure you're protecting yourself when you do this because it's about to get messy. So the first thing we're going to do is actually, since I've brushed off all the larger pieces, we're going to go ahead and hit this with some brake cleaner and just really give it a good coat and let it sit. Now you're definitely going to want to be careful where you spray this. And then we're going to want to go ahead and give this a good coat. I like to go ahead and hit everything with the wire brush first. It just dislodges some of the larger pieces, helps get some of that out of the way. You're going to have a lot of stuff just kind of chip and come off, and then that kind of gets you down to where you can really see what you're working with. All right, now that we've got our surface prepped, we're gonna go ahead and mask off everything that we don't want to get painted. Now you need to be careful as you're masking things off, because you're gonna wanna be able to get into areas that you wanna get paint on. So you're gonna have to make sure that you get things bent in between the clips and taped off well. And there are a lot of different ways you can do that. You can use, I'm using butcher paper, you can use plastic, you can use a trash bag. It's really just whatever you feel comfortable working with. All right, I've got this pretty well masked up. I also like to go ahead and put some plastic or some paper just inside the clip there to actually cover up the brake pad so that's not getting painted. I don't know why, it's just personal preference. That's just what I like. Full disclaimer, on a job like this with a caliper that needed that much work, I probably wouldn't do it to begin with. I would probably just replace it. But if I was intent on cleaning it, I would definitely take it off the vehicle. And I probably will do that on the other side. I don't know if I'll do another video showing that. But I would go ahead and remove it. Even if you don't take the brake line off, you could put a box or something under it to support it. But it would definitely be a lot easier to clean off the vehicle as opposed to how I did it. But that's not what this video is for. All right, now that we've got it masked off, we're gonna take our paint. I am just using basic Rust-Oleum caliper paint. It was what I could get on Amazon and get actually to the house in a decent amount of time. Shipping times from the different places that I looked that actually had it in stock, ranged anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks. None of my local shops that were open had any in stock because we're all spending our time in our garages trying to fix our cars. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with a decent first coat. Again, use your respirator, use it in a ventilated area because this stuff puts off a lot of vapors, a lot of fumes. You don't wanna make yourself sick. We're gonna go ahead and hit it with a coat, try to get a good, 40-50% coverage and let that dry. All right, so we gave that about 20 minutes to dry. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it one more time and then let it dry, and hopefully that'll be it. We can unmask this thing and see what it looks like. Try to get in there and make sure that we're getting everything that we want covered. Make sure you get up underneath. Again, this is an easier process, even though it's more time consuming if you take the caliper off the vehicle. But wanted to show you guys how to do this. If you're looking for a quick fix, it's an easy, inexpensive way to dress up the car. So that's what we're doing. All right, so we've got a couple coats on. It's had time to dry. It looks really good. Good coverage. Dried smooth. We did pretty good with no runs. I would suggest going ahead and putting a clear coat on it. Just make sure whatever clear coat you use is temperature rated. BHT makes a good enamel that you can use on brakes or engine block, things like that can handle high heat. And then after that, it's just a matter of unwrapping it and checking out the finished project. Now, obviously, this isn't going to look quite as good, because I've still got this crappy rotor on. But when we get those changed out, I think we'll be in good shape. Once I got that all nice and uncovered, let's put that little piece Up there. Now while that project fit in perfectly with the budget theme that we've been working on, that was by no means the fastest project that we've done, because I haven't done anything to clean the calipers in a little while, and there was some buildup on the rotors. You know, I probably have about an hour on each individual caliper by the time I got the wheel off and did the cleanup and the paint and everything. So, you know, not the fastest project, but definitely worth the result. The calipers look a lot better. The truck looks a lot better because when you see the caliper through the freshly plasti dipped wheel, it looks much cleaner, much better. Now, for the next video, we're gonna be switching it up a little bit. We're gonna be taking care of some of the interior pieces of the truck. We're gonna work on wrapping the wood. The wood in this truck has actually held up extremely well, but it definitely needs to be updated. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I appreciate you watching. As always, if you can help out a new channel, hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment if you have one, and we'll see you in the next one.